Well, hello and welcome to another fun-filled week in Florida. We've been here for a whole bunch of them. I have been steamrolling my way towards completing a spaceship in the back of an ERV over the past several weeks. Last week we left off with some shape really coming to all the cabinets, and this week I hope to bring that to completion. Let's see what we can do. Now with this conversion, I'm doing cabinetry a lot differently than I normally do. A lot of the ones I build are rather rustic style, which means, yes, the edges are rough, but they're strategically rough. This time around, we're going for roundness. In the end, there's not going to be a single sharp corner in this whole thing, which means me and my router are fixing to become great friends. But another important part is everything has to be built out to completion before that happens. So I have to make sure all of my lap joints have come together. Everything is glued. I'm even going as far as using a nail gun on this one instead of screws because I'm looking to hide not all of the hardware, but as much as possible. You unfortunately do have to use screws like this to hold stuff together, but there are ways to hide things. Currently I'm working on taking up the last of the wall space here, and my goal is to put yet again another charging station. So we're going to have one here, one somewhere in there, and then we have to run power to this area because this is where our induction stove is going to be. So I'm also going to put some plugs here in the kitchen as well as some right here so that it's accessible from outside, as well as some in that hole. I got a lot of plugs to wire in this thing. I got a lot to wire in this thing. It's Saturday. I'm not going to work till it's completely dark outside. I've also been watching the news, and for the past 24 hours, the entire country is being blasted with some crazy winds with huge clouds of dust blowing across the country. Tomorrow we're going to get just a little bit of that all the way down here in Jacksonville. But I do have to prepare for that rain, so it's time to get this thing packed up. I was able to get those little boxes at least routed out back there. Maybe we'll get some more done tomorrow. It depends on what those skies do. You gotta quit doing that, lady. You're gonna get a black eye one day. It's a good thing I'm not one of them jumpy men, you know?
How's it going in here?
Well, clearly I was thinking real hard. It's good. We're making, look at all the little pockets we're making.
Ooh, cute.
I'm trying to squeeze every inch I can out of this thing. The dilemma here is we still gotta be able to get in here. And the way they installed all these switches, everything is unlabeled. So to move these is really difficult, and I don't want to do it. We'll figure it out.
I'm sure it's gonna look great. As for us, we're playing in the trees. Boy, it's pretty out here.
Hey, look, I'm still staying in here staring at this corner. It looks different, though, right?
It does. It looks much different. Very nice, Shane.
It's going away. We're hiding the ugly, Kelsey. We don't have room for ugly.
No ugly in here.
I am moving forward on this corner. Now, I'm going to end up leaving this one blocked off because I'm going to cut vents in the top of this box because we're going to be putting a 12-volt refrigerator here, and we're going to allow this to be the vent out for it, so we have air moving across the top of it as well as around the sides, which means I've moved on to this really ugly box. We're leaving it stationary, but I still have to blend it into the rest of the conversion. So I'm taking the angle of basically wrapping it, and that way when I route out all of the corners and cabinets, I'll be able to do the same here, so it'll still look like it belongs in here versus it's really just been a sore thumb. Let's see if we can get a little bit more done before that sun sets. Y'all, I've got to get my work light set back up in here. Unfortunately, it's too dark to really see too well in here. Fortunately for y'all, my camera has decent lighting. I continued moving onward with our box shapes. And I'm to the point now that I have to route out this vent hole. But I think we're gonna leave that for some daylight. We'll continue onward tomorrow. Well, in continuation from yesterday, I came back out and I started working more on the finish of this cabinet. So yesterday, this little grid was built, and that's going to allow me somewhere to use my little brad nails and glue to adhere these finish panels so we don't actually see hardware that's holding everything on. And that's kind of going to be the trend with all of these cabinets this week. So we got to smooth them out. I'm not going to leave them looking ugly for you. That would be rude. Let's see how much more we can get today. Well, I've already started to pack up for the evening. I was reminded that we have quite the adventure planned tomorrow. So I've got to get everything prepared for me not to deal with it tomorrow. I'm super happy with the shape of all of this cabinetry. I'm still utilizing the removable panels that I initially built for this box. When we started this whole adventure, there was going to be a door here. So I planned to have a big piece of plexiglass on the side so you could see into this art piece that we made, but we lost the door, and because of that we've gained a ton of storage. So I'm just going to be plating this off with regular old plywood, and the viewing area would still be through the top. I'll explain this in depth a little later this week, but loving where we're at. Oh, it's a mess in here. Let's see if I can pile some more in.
You know, guys, I've been taking every opportunity I can to go into the trees and hang out in the Jennings State Forest and explore this beautiful state of Florida. But today, Christy and AJ have helped me talk this guy into taking a day off and exploring with us. We're at Rainbow Springs, y'all. Gonna do a little bit of kayaking.
This is not Rainbow Springs. This is people you pay to take you to the river, and then you get to paddle it all day long. I'm very excited about it. Good find, Shane.
Oh, that's close. That's very, very close. Hello, Mr. Gator. Christy, there's an otter right behind you.
That is awesome.
There's the waterfall, all of it's coming from back there. I don't think we're gonna get off the water and go see it though. Maybe. What do you think?
Thinking I'm headed into alligator territory, Kelsey. I am thinking we just paddle it 1.5 miles up from our launch to see what is equivalent to a large natural swimming pool if we don't pay the $2 to get out and walk around the park. But we still have many miles to paddle. I say we keep going.
Sure is pretty out here though. You know, they say that these little dudes can take on an alligator, but they don't look so vicious to me. He's quite cute. Come on, little buddy, come out to play.
So big.
All right, guys, we're out of the water now. And we found one of the waterfalls for you. Let's go see if we can find more.
Built that. Let's go find a real one.
That's what we were kayaking in down there. There we go, guys. Seminole Falls.
Oh, I'm beyond sunburn on my legs at least. The rest of my body turned out pretty fair. But that was a heck of an adventure, I will say. So much so, Kelsey's in there shopping for kayaks right now, I guarantee it. Today, I am back at it and energized to see some completion done to this cabinetry. So today, I'm working on finalizing the couch and the bed so we can get everything routed and sanded and, you know, start looking presentable. Let's see what we can get done today, y'all.
Yuck, guys, those clouds are not looking pretty. We got plenty of sunshine yesterday. I think both of us are nursing some pretty bad sunburns right now. But Shane's still managing to get things done. How's it going in here, babe?
Progressive, you know.
It looks that way.
Come on in. I've actually taken stuff apart that's been here a while, but I've been installing these the same hinges that are on the front of this action are going back here so that this thing moves this direction.
Fun.
Fun indeed, Kelsey. Fun indeed. So I've progressively been working my way around this couch, doing all the router inlays, routing all the edges, which is the process for the entire project here. I'm still waiting on one more choice we need to make, what we're gonna do with the space before I go ahead and use the supplies to cover this thing. I don't want to be wrong. Currently it's accessible from the top, but I'm debating how and what we are going to store underneath it. Next up to bat is this drawer. I built this one, and using these pocket screws, they need to face outward, because if not, it'll blow the corners out because they kind of go in at an angle. Now I have to skin this drawer just like I'm going to be skinning everything, and I'll be using 1/4 inch like this over the top, and I'll glue it and tack it on, and that way you won't see any of my ugly. Well, I think routing the top of that is going to be my last endeavor for the evening. That kayak took all the energy out of me. I did make some progress today for sure. Things are smoothing out and rounding over. We'll get some more tomorrow. You know it. Now I gotta clean up. Ugh.
Hey, how's it going over here?
Hello. Progressive, as I keep saying. I have started gluing trim pieces to the inside of the cabinetry, and I'm about to bring over my last big piece of plywood so we can finish cutting the pieces for the countertops. They should look cool by tonight, Kelsey.
Oh yay, we're close. We're very, very close, y'all.
So the process of finishing out this drawer will be done throughout the ambulance. So right now what I've done is I've had a couple of splits in the plywood, and I've filled them with wood fillers. So when that dries, I'll come back and route it all again, and it'll be ready for paint. Let's move that direction with the rest of the furniture in there too. I got a lot of routing to do inside of this thing, but it is drastically going to change the appearance of everything. Well, y'all, I've worked hard all week, with the exception of our little kayaking adventure, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I do want to show you guys what I managed to finish today, and that is bringing the shape of this project to life. I managed to get this little drawer completed, as well as the final fitment for the stove. Tomorrow and next week, I'm going to be finishing out all of these hinges and doors. They're going to be covering all of these voids. So you make sure you come back to see what that looks like, because I'm quite excited to see it myself. We'll see y'all then, but first I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that's watched this week and all the weeks before, and make sure you like and subscribe below. If you're looking to get a hold of us, you could send us an email at lovehutforlife@gmail.com, or you can direct message us on Facebook and Instagram, which we have an account for under the name Love Hut for Life. We'll see y'all then. Bye y'all.